I'm going to turn my phone off.
Yeah, turn your devices off. Thank you.
Respectfully quiet on the course. Alrighty, Rue. I love this.
What?
Doing the podcast.
I know, me too. Thanks for listening, team.
The podcast is like this nice little release from the perfectness that is the industry. Mm-hmm. So it's really nice when we get to chat about these things because we get to be a little bit more vulgar, a little bit more profane, and just a little bit more real. And I think that Adele and I and all the TMB staff get to do that a little bit behind the scenes, but it's always kind of under this Instagram microscope. So this is such a lovely vacation from all that.
Speaking of vulgar, today we are talking all about bachelorettes.
Woo! I'm so excited.
And we are talking about it because you're planning a bachelorette party. I am attending said bachelorette party for our mutual friend Allie in 2 weeks. 2 weeks? Yeah.
Oh
By
God.
the time this comes out, it'll be like 10 days away.
That's scary. I'm not ready. Yes, I'm very excited to be. This is the first bachelorette I've ever planned, besides part of my own, which I didn't really plan at all. But it's a little bit more stressful. I'm having the party anxiety. Like, I'm not ill-prepared. I'm just like, there's some expectations to a batch.
Of course there is.
And I want it to be fun. And the thing is, like, Allie, who's one of my very best friends, is like super laid back. So I know it's not her expectations. Not like I'm planning Adele's bachelorette.
Wow.
There's always expectation. And for me, it's expectation that everyone has fun. Mm-hmm. And I know Allie's like, people are just going to show up and it's going to be so great and so chill. And I'm like, yeah, but no, that's the non-event human talking who's like, things don't just happen.
No, exactly. And I think you have that as somebody that plans it. And I don't know if you had this, but myself as a bride, like I had no idea. All I knew about my bachelorette party was that it was in Montreal and Julia told me you need a going out outfit, you need this and you need that. Like,
wow.
That's it, which was really cool and like very, I've never experienced that before because but Julia's very much like me in type A. So I was like, okay, I know she's got this, but I was also like, you have that anxiety as the bride being like, I hope everybody has fun. Like, especially because, you know, people are spending money to come somewhere or to celebrate you. And you're like, okay, like, I hope that everybody's having a good time and that everybody actually wants to be here. And you just like go into your self-deprecating, like, are you guys sure you want to come celebrate me? Are you sure? Because you don't have to.
Well, don't you remember when I was like, you need to help me like make this PDF to invite people to my bachelorette, and you have to, and it was so soft. I was like, for reference, I went to Greece for my bachelorette. It was always a dream of mine, and luckily I have friends who just blindly support me and came along. But I really, really wanted people to know that they didn't have to come. Like, it was a big ask. And even though I was providing quite a few things, it was still, you just needed to get yourself there. It's a big time commitment. It was a big thing. And I really wanted people to just do it because they really wanted to be there.
And so we had to roll out a full marketing campaign to get people to come. There were brochures.
And it made me feel good. But it did. It was like, this is everything you can expect. It's going to be a fucking time. But I understand if you can't be there. And that's okay. Like, please, all the girls out there, please don't commit to being a bridesmaid or going to a bachelorette if you're not in it, because it affects the bride big time and the whole mood of the whole trip, of the wedding. If you're not in it, just respectfully be like, it's just not a good time for me.
If you financially can't commit to it, we're going to get into the finances of bachelorette parties and everything. Like, not everybody can commit to that, and that's okay. And I think that if the bride doesn't understand that, then that's a problem of the bride. But if you're honest, like, one of my bridesmaids couldn't come because she was giving birth the next week. So it's like, she's like, I am so sorry. I want to be. I'm like, yo, it's okay.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Like, I would be stressed if you were there.
Honestly. Yeah. Okay. So I did some research.
I can't wait.
And I want to share a quick few facts about bachelorette parties that I found.
Actually, before you go into that, what's your personal research? How many bachelorettes have you been to?
Oh, great question. Oh my God. Okay. So I've been a bridesmaid in 8 weddings.
What?
So, but one of them I was like a junior bridesmaid, so I never went to like the bachelorette party. That's like 10. I feel like that's also like a very Italian thing. Like it was like my godmother's wedding, and I was in grade 7 or 8, and I was a junior bridesmaid. So yeah, didn't rage with that.
You've been a bridesmaid 8 times. I've only been a bridesmaid 3 times, and then this one coming up will be my 4th.
Yeah,
you're too good of a friend.
I guess. Like I think it's like such an honor. I love it.
It is such an honor.
It, but
I have the opposite problem where I'm not a bridesmaid, but I'm always invited to the Bachelorette.
Yeah,
now, what does that sound?
You bring the hype, the party girl.
Does that tell you about me?
Yeah, I love that for you. Yeah, so I feel like 12 Bachelorette parties. What about you?
I'd say I'd probably hit the 10 mark.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like that's a hefty amount. Also, there's once again some drilling in the background. I think they're grinding a floor today, so
you know what?
Stand with us.
There's going to be a huge reveal.
Wow, that was a big drop that you just did. I might need to edit that out. I don't know. So back to my research, because I legit was like baffled.
Is this research on North America?
Yes. Okay. So it's according to Business Insider.
Excellent source.
The average cost of a bachelorette trip per person is $1,300 USD. So that's approximately 1,700 Canadian dollars. But this does not include any purchase of anything outside of the actual bachelorette party.
What?
Yeah.
No way. Oh, I guess this is like stay and accommodation.
So that's
like accommodation and flight or
potentially
travel.
Flight. That some of them it was kind of a little iffy, but like that's no outfits, no like shoes, none of the like little bachelorette chicha. Is that how you call it? Chicha, tchotchke.
Tchotchkes, little tchotchkes.
Okay, so Nashville, most popular destination for bachelorette parties in North America. But I also feel like Arizona is creeping up there. I feel like
big time.
Yeah, I feel like there's so many. Arizona's becoming a little.
Shelby went to that Airbnb in Arizona for Ashley. Shout out, got married 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago.
7 looked beautiful.
Yeah, and it was like a decked out Airbnb for batches.
Yeah. Okay, so that was one of my other things is that you can now hire decor businesses. They're big in the bachelorette areas, so Nashville, Arizona, Palm Springs, that you can pay these people to come decorate your Airbnb for you, which I think is really cute.
Yeah, if you're loaded.
Yeah, for sure. Average bachelorette party is 3 days, but a third of bachelorette parties now extend past 3 days.
Who?
Yeah, the Jesses of the world. Most common bachelorette themes in 2023. I have 3 of them.
Is it like the saying, like last fling before the ring? Oh, this is like actual decor.
Like a theme, yeah.
Like sailing?
What? Why would it be sailing? Why would it
like
ever
your
be
last
sailing?
your last Okay, pink.
Close, Barbie.
Okay, fine. Yeah, obviously.
Okay, we got Barbie, Space Cowgirl.
What?
I don't know what
this is like such a Nashville thing?
Yeah, and Disco Cowgirl.
Okay, everyone needs to get off the horse thing.
Yo, no.
Horse girls are having their time. Sorry to all the horse girls out there.
I don't know if I was a horse girl. I was trying to explain to my husband what a horse girl was. And then he was just like, well, wait, you rode horses. Are you a horse girl? I'm like,
you're a horse girl then. If you rode horses for like longer than like a tiny hobby, like one summer, then you're a horse girl. And you also are from Guelph.
Yeah.
You're already like in the running.
You're born a horse girl. You're born in the barn.
Don't even get me started on the Western of all this too. Isn't your thing a Mustang?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Western Mustangs. Jess is just jealous she didn't get into Western. We had this debate the other day. Okay, so my thoughts after reading all these literally wild facts about them is that, okay, now we are girls. I am a girls girl through and through. I will support you. I will show up. Cowgirl, space cowgirl.
I will be a disco cow. I will be the horse girl.
Absolutely.
Even if your whole bachelor is horse themed.
Yep. Whatever you want to do, I will come in there. I will prance in there, trot in there like a true horse girl that I am. But like, when does this become too much? Like There's the financial commitment, destination locations, jam-packed itineraries. Like, these are so elaborate. It's like totally keeping up with the Joneses. And I'm like fully, like, if somebody's like, Elon Musk is fucking sending us to the moon, I'd be like, all right, yep. Sure. Sounds about right on par.
Where do I sign? I think I have two thoughts about too much, because the wedding industry is always too much.
That's why we love it.
That's why we love it, to be honest. But I think I've been to a really over-planned bachelorette, and I've been to a well-planned bachelorette, and I've been to a bachelorette that fucking needed a captain. So I think there's a couple things that for me are too much. Like for my bachelorette, for example, I had two really big asks. I wanted to go out dancing one night, and then I wanted to be on a boat one day. And obviously everyone had to get themselves to Greece. So that was a third big ask, I would say.
Yeah, but just a little one.
But other than that, I really wanted everyone to do what they wanted to do. We were in a foreign country. We had a private pool. So like if people just wanted to vacation and not like wake up in the morning and do like champagne brunch every morning or do this or do that or whatever. And I'm a huge games human, but I also understand that not everyone is that. So we did play some games, but we also had opportunities where there was like a couple free days where I think that keeping in mind like who you are, who your friends are, and how you want to celebrate is really, really important, and making that known to the people who are helping you. Yeah. And it can be like as elaborate as you like. We rented a private boat. It was like is not as expensive as you think it is in Greece, but it was like the best day. One of the best days, sorry, Colin, of my life. Yeah. And Wiley, I guess. Sorry, bud. But it was everything I wanted, and everyone was on board. Yeah. And I just think that if you can't enjoy your bachelorette, if all these things that you're trying to plan, like having the right decor and having all this, are taking away from what it's actually about, which is enjoying yourself with your girlfriends, then it's too much. And and for me, I wanted a big, crazy batch because I love my girlfriends and they completely fill me up. One of the biggest exciting things about getting married was having my bachelorette. What an excuse to have a cross-country trip with all of the people that I love so much. Cross-continent for you. Sorry, actually. My bad.
Yeah, I think that you kind of have to be unapologetic as the bride to be like, this is my bachelorette party and this is what I want. Mm-hmm. And then as an attendee, you have to respect that, really. And I think, we had a comment DM'd into us just saying like, and it was actually from Allie, whose wedding you're planning. No, whose bachelorette you're planning. And she was like, nobody cares what your opinion is. Just show up and have a good time or don't come. Yeah. And that's kind of what it is. I will say that I think that, like I just mentioned, like it is getting a little out of control. I will still support it fully as much as I financially can, but they're getting like, somebody's going to be like, yo, we're going down to see the Titanic. Okay.
But I don't want to go to like a cabin in the woods with like a no toilet and we're going to do book club for 3 days. Sorry, that's not my journey.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to a dry bachelorette. I don't want a silent bachelorette.
Pardon. What's that?
No music. Can you imagine being around with people with no music?
Did they talk?
Well, yeah, but like there was no background music. There was no music. I'm sorry if that's too bitchy, but there are certain bachelorettes in the realm of bachelorette. I'm not saying it has to be a booze fest every time, but there has to be some sort of celebration.
Yeah, for sure. And the celebration doesn't necessarily need to be alcohol related, for sure. But there's got to be some. The whole point is to celebrate. Or are we old? Like, do we not understand?
Yeah, you're supposed to say goodbye to your singledom.
Speaking of that, I don't know how you feel about it.
Are you gonna talk about strippers?
No, I don't feel good about that either. But we'll get strippers. To that. You love strippers? Oh. Anyways, like saying goodbye to your singledom, the funeral. I don't see you like it. It like, and maybe it's the Italian like in me that's like the weird superstitious like.
And I love that. I think it's because it's the dark in me that I love the funeral for your singledom. And if I would have thought of that, I want to do everything. The longer we're in this industry, I want to be like, oh man, we should have done that.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Instead of like vow renewals, do bachelorette. Yeah. Like every 5 years, we get to have a bachelorette. We got a bunch of questions and like unpopular opinions, and I just want to run through them because honestly, I think this episode's gonna be longer than 20 minutes.
Yes.
hours or 20, 30 minutes, whatever they usually are. Okay, so give me your one tip, just one, your top tip for people attending bachelorette parties.
Come prepared as the hype girl. Yeah. That's all you need to do. Yeah. And that means a couple of things, not just in your vibe, like be excited, leave your shit at home. Like, I am sorry that you are having a hard time at work or whatever. We're not bringing that. Unless we're like drunk at 3 a.m. and everyone's crying about their trauma. We're not crying. We're not crying at the Bachelorette. Yeah. We're not sad. Yeah. We're excited.
It's not about you.
Someone, a maid of honor or a bridesmaid, has done their job to put this thing on. And if you come and rain all over it, so vibe check. And then also be prepared with the things that this person has put in place. Like if you need an outfit or if you need a thing, no one wants to be that person who's just like, oh, well, I didn't read the WhatsApp group. It's like, read the fucking WhatsApp group.
Literally just thinking like, shit, I have like 60 unread messages in that group chat. I should probably read it if I should pack something.
You haven't read my Bachelorette group chat? You are on.
I'm so sorry. Remember when I messaged you the other day and I was like, sorry, apparently I owe you money for this.
Actually, the people who are closest to me haven't paid me. Everyone else,
just take it off my paycheck next week. Okay, so my tip is, and this has nothing to do with the bride, because I feel like you nailed the number one, is be the hype girl and show up. My thing is thank the maid of honor.
Ooh, good one.
Like pull her aside, give her like a little something at the end of the Bachelorette,
like, high five.
Like a high five, a bottle of champagne, like whatever it is. Just be like, thank you, because anybody that's been a maid of honor or even a bridesmaid knows what goes into planning these things, and all the maid of honor wants to do is make sure that the bride has the best time she's ever had in her whole life. And they just care so much. So to just like pull them aside and be like, hey, just want to thank you for all this. Like, I know it's a ton of work, and like this is an awesome weekend.
I had a really great time. Yeah. Thanks for putting this on.
Yeah, 100%. That's my hot tip. Who is expected to pay for what? The amount of times we got this question.
Okay, does bride pay it all, or is it?
I think that's what the question is, because there's so many. We got some that are like, bride pays for everything as an attendee, bride pays for nothing, bride pays for her flight if they're going somewhere but nothing else. Like, who pays for what?
I think that bride, if you are going somewhere that's the bride's idea, bride pays for her flight and accommodation. I think as events go through, especially if there's enough people, I think her paying her way should be covered by the group.
I think that's pretty fair. I think that the bride pays for everything as an attendee. That's just my thought. And I know that that's not, as much as I fought my bridal party and Julia and everybody on how much I want to do that. They're like, no, we want to gift you this. And my one bridesmaid who was busy having a child, like she ended up paying for like my spa time and stuff like that, which was lovely.
This is weird, because when I'm saying this, that's not what I expected. I expected that if we went out drinking and dancing, that I probably wouldn't bring my card. Not that I was assumptive, but it was just like, I'm not going to fight you guys when you're just like, no, Jess, let me pay. I'm just like, I'm like, no, like I assume that we're going to do like dinners and whatever is like whatever, but I assumed I would pay for the boat trip. I assumed I would pay for like whatever else was, flights, accommodation or whatever.
Yeah. I think it obviously depends, but I think that the number one no in my books is that the bride thinks that she's going on a full ride scholarship.
No.
Okay, so this one I got, and it happened to a friend of mine that was on a bachelorette party last week or the week before. And when she told me this, I just about rolled off the deck because I was dying. So the bride provided them with a list of pre-approved songs that they can post a post-bachelorette reel to.
No.
So she tells me this, and she wanted to post it to a certain Taylor Swift song. And the bride was like, no, that's not on the list, and it's not on the list because it's actually about a breakup. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, like I don't understand like that deeply into Taylor Swift songs. And she's like, yeah, that's why I gave you the list. And she's dead ass serious about it. My friend was like, this isn't normal, right? Like, is this weird?
That's a level of control that I applaud that human. I applaud the audacity to
keep it on brand,
curate the set list of someone else's social media. I don't know if I'm really not okay with that. The creative freedom I have over my personal social. I guess that girl's like, I don't want to be. No, I don't get it. I guess if you were just like, if you put your reel to like some really lewd song and you don't want to be represented like that, but that's also like, what kind of friend is like putting something really lewd, I don't know, some like really, really abrasive rap song to your reel that you're like, yeah, this is kind of aggressive, but that's also like, that's their social. Sorry. If you don't want things posted of you on your Bachelorette, that's I would say, like, definitely say that.
Yeah, for sure.
If you don't want messy, whatever it is, if you're a professional
teacher, whatever, yeah, for
healthcare, whatever it is. I think there's things that have to die at the Bachelorette, which is...
Oh my God. We actually resurfaced. I did it. I'm the problem. I resurfaced a moment that needed to die in Greece like last week. And I sent it, and Shelby's like, I am going to light your computer on fire if that goes anywhere. I wish I could tell people.
The longer you're friends with someone, you just have to remain friends with them because they have too much access.
My hair's so big, full of secrets. Okay, you read the next one.
Okay. My friend had both her mom and mother-in-law on the Bachelorette party. It was a penis straw, same dick forever banner, kind of crass Bachelorette. I thought it was super weird to have her mother-in-law and her mom there. Is having your mother-in-law or mom at a Bachelorette a thing? Ooh, I have a story for this.
Okay.
Do you have a story?
No, I have a very strong opinion.
Ooh, okay, say it first in case I don't want to.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So my sister-in-law had her mother-in-law and her mother at the dinner before the Bachelorette, which I thought was really sweet. Mm-hmm. I'm not a sweet human, so I would have been like as far. Also, I spend a lot of time with my mother, so yeah, no, it's a no for me. It's a hard no, but I liked that was like some of the people I think actually left too. So if someone couldn't be at the Bachelorette, we had a really nice dinner and then we went to an Airbnb in Toronto and then out. But I think that there is a way to tastefully put that person in there. And it also was in a restaurant where there wasn't penis banners and
yeah, like that's just...
And we went back and then there was a lot of decor like that at the Airbnb and you're just like, this is the place for just those humans.
Penis paraphernalia?
Oh yeah. So funny. Like,
is it?
Like life-size printouts of D's.
Oh my gosh.
Of like real ones, like not like from the internet.
I wish we were doing a video podcast so you guys could see my face right now. It's not great.
You're not a penis fan?
Like, yeah, don't penis fan. Yeah, but not that was one of my rules. I'm like, I don't want any penises. I don't want penis shaped things. I don't want...
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. And I think this leads to the stripper thing. But like, I don't think that it needs to be shoved down your throat. Is that too much fun? Yeah, no, it doesn't
have to put the explicit on this episode. It's all right.
No, I just feel like there's some fun, hilarious things, yes. But I think the penis thing is like really, really overdone.
Yeah, like I'm not a prude.
No, I know.
But like, obviously. I don't want
but you don't
sip on a penis straw and have a banner that says same dick forever, let alone while my mother-in-law is there.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Especially because it's her son's dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's uncomfy.
Okay, so we have a list of unpopular opinions, and it's either we're married to the idea or we're divorcing it.
Yep, love it.
Theme, love it. Okay, number 1.
Full weekend getaways. What's wrong with one amazing night?
I am married to the idea of one full night. You don't need to have a full weekend getaway.
I'm divorcing that idea. You can't come back to your job after one night.
That's fine. There we go. Let's fight about it later. Okay. This one.
Ooh.
Right? It's not about the bride, period. Plan events and activities for the group's pleasure.
Divorce.
Annulment.
Don't even walk down that aisle. Yeah, no, that's not the tea. I get...
Literally, it's only about the bride.
Yeah, only about the bride. Keep the group in mind, their limits, but yeah, Sorry, it's not about you. Book it yourself as the bride. I'll marry that idea.
I'll marry that too.
Yep.
If you have a maid of honor or a wedding party, or if you don't have a wedding party
or a super type A friend
don't want to do it, then you do it. Or if you're a super type A bride that just wants to make sure it's exactly what you want, then plan it yourself. Go for it. We'll marry that.
Stop with the tacky themed gifts and water bottles with our names on them. I am personally insulted. Did you fucking put this question?
I didn't.
Did you plant this fucking question? I'm obviously divorcing this idea.
No, wait, you didn't finish it.
Oh, sorry. Bachelorette merch is a waste. Does anyone actually use it after? Oh, I'm divorcing this idea. I agree. No one uses it after. Don't spend a ton of money on it. Yeah. Take your goddamn mini Advil and whatever. I'm not giving you a bracelet that says Bachelorette forever.
Yeah. And if you did, then you're going to take it.
Don't you dare throw that out in front of me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, like, honestly, I have your little survival kit.
I have your slippers.
Yeah, and yeah,
it's cute as hell.
Like, I'm actually upset that I left my water bottle with my name on it in Greece by accident.
Well, I'll make another one.
Thank you. But yeah, I mean, nobody's going to hold on to it forever.
No,
like,
I'm not expecting you to put it in a box of memories. Just like get on board.
The water bottles with the names. Why is that always the default? It's so funny. It's so funny. Big bachelorettes, 10 plus people is too many.
I'm divorcing this idea.
Yeah.
I'm always more is merrier.
Yep. Yeah. I think I had like 16 people at my bachelorette party.
Yep.
It was a riot.
Not as fun as bachelor parties because with girls it's usually a mix of different friend groups.
Okay, so bachelorettes are not as fun as bachelor parties.
Yes. I'm going to divorce that idea. I think that if you have friends that are not fun, then you should probably not be friends with them. I'm sorry. If there's someone that you're inviting out of obligation and you know they're not going to be a good time, then that's on you. Like yeah. There's always something. Also, don't let it bother you. And if they're so abrasive that they ruin the time, then that's your fault for inviting them.
Vegas is overrated. Have you been to Vegas?
Yes.
Oh, I've never been to Vegas. I feel like it's overrated, so I'm gonna marry this.
I'm gonna marry it too, just because the way I went with a work trip, and it was a bar work trip, and I'll never be able to do Vegas like that, and it was not overrated. But if I went with a bachelorette party, it would be extremely overrated, I think. Although I'm actually gonna divorce that because anything can be overrated. Last one is you don't have to go away.
Marry it.
I'm marrying that idea. Yeah, agreed.
Do you have any personal unpopular opinions about bachelor parties you'd like to share? I have one.
Ooh, good, go.
You don't have to have one.
Yeah, 100%. You don't have to have any wedding event that you don't want to do.
Yep.
I'd say I'm surprised in these unpopular opinions that someone didn't say something about strippers.
Yeah, we did have sorry, I might have left that out because we did have somebody being like, I don't get the stripper thing.
and is that you?
It was shockingly not me.
Okay, so I think it's definitely an old school thing. There's some novelty from it because I think it's like, I guess people used to go because that was like a sexy thing. And now I think it's more of a funny thing. But have you ever been to like a legit strip club?
No, I have never been to a strip club. I have zero desire to go to a strip club.
Does it, because it makes you uncomfy?
Yeah, like
okay,
males,
but is this because
I don't know why, but I'm like, I feel bad for some reason about the people, but then I see on TikTok they're like freaking raking in thousands of dollars, so I'm like,
don't feel bad for these people.
Okay, can I also just share this one thing that I don't know, because you just said it's like funny. So Steve, my husband, went to a strip club. This wasn't his bachelor party, but it was somebody else's, and I don't know where they were. I think maybe they were like up north somewhere. And
tell me it was like something greasy like St. Catharines.
Oh, it might have been actually St. Catharines, so not up north.
I've heard some crazy St. Catharines stripper stories.
Okay, but this girl came out and stripped to the hockey song. And it's like tonight still to this day, like his friends,
like Hockey Night in Canada,
like hello out there, we're on the air.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Stop.
Isn't that wild?
Oh my god!
And they still like think it's the funniest thing.
That it is. It's like it's up there for me. Yeah.
I'm like, I hope you guys tipped that girl.
Honestly. I think that, so I've been to a strip club in Montreal, which apparently is is the precipice. And I would probably do, I don't know where they do that like down under thing, the Oz, like Australian guys down under, or like the Magic Mike, whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's fucking hilarious. I also, it's, okay, I've never been to, that's a lie. I've been to like a female strip club, which is like, I don't know which way I'm going to say this, but like
male strippers or female strippers?
So the Montreal one was male strippers.
Okay.
Which I'm going to talk about, that's completely different than a regular strip club. I'm doing bunny ears, female strippers. Yeah. So I've been to a female strippers strip club before, and that's pretty, that's a little bit more sad sometimes depending on what time of day you go. But
oh my God.
The one where you go to see the male strippers is like, I wasn't expecting a few things. Obviously, all the guys were very good looking. Yeah. And I think there's
you weren't expecting that?
Well, once you've been to a female strip club, there is some like quote unquote sad looking older strippers. The guys are like all young and all good looking, and well, obviously there's some
just like completely ripped.
Yeah, there's some duds out there. But it was the energy in the strip club where there's male strippers and all the girls are there is hilarious.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's just like it's a raunchy, but also like girls are allowed to do whatever they want. Like obviously you can't touch them, but they kind of let you sometimes. But it's like it's just like electric because girls are feral. Like this is the conversation I have with you guys all the time about like, why is the girls' bathroom always so much more messy than the guys? Like girls in an enclosed space that are allowed to just be girls is such an insane energy.
And they feed off each other's energy. I could only imagine how loud it is.
It was so fun and it was so exciting and it was intoxicating. Yes, it's raunchy and old school and whatever, but it was hilarious to see behind closed doors. Women are allowed to do whatever they want, what they can actually come up with.
Yeah. That's so funny. Okay, so I'm going back in our stories actively right now, and I asked like stories you want to spill.
Oh yeah.
2 bridesmaids hooked up on the dance floor and they were both in relationships back home. That's my other thing. Like, I'm sorry, but a bachelor party is not open season, or bachelorette party is not open season. Like, this isn't your hall pass, unless it is. And if it is your hall pass, I don't want to get into your business. You can do whatever you want. You can have whatever relationship you want. But
I think that that's something that's judgment kind of thing on the Bachelorette. If like someone wants to be as wild as they want to be, or someone doesn't want to drink, it's just like it's none of your business why they're not drinking. It's also none of your business why they may or may not be cheating on their husband. It's kind of just like, if they have a rule that this is open season, or if they have a rule that I don't want to drink for whatever reason, it's not like you're not getting into it why they don't eat bagels. Like, it's like,
well, I would, because bagels are amazing. No, I'm kidding. Okay, but speaking of that, I'm going to challenge you on that, because like, do you think that you as a bridesmaid hooking up with a guy on the dance floor as a woman that's in a relationship, married, whatever.
I thought they meant that those 2 bridesmaids hooked up with each other.
Oh, maybe they did. I don't know. But is that taking away from you as the bride?
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah. No, but what if you're the bride
and you're hooking up with people?
Yeah.
Like morally, I'm not going to be pleased about it. I think if my friends did that, I would be like I would be upset, but I'd want to just more so, I'd be concerned, I think. Being like, are we sure that we want to get married? Like, was this like a one-time thing? Like, I'm going to say, I'm not going to be happy. I would be fucking pissed at my friend if she was a bride and she hooked up with somebody on her bachelorette party.
Really? Unpopular opinion?
And I know that it's happened before. I have been at a bachelorette party where it's happened, and I just, unless like, I don't know, maybe they had a talk before and her and her fiance were like, you can hook up with whoever you want on the bachelor party or bachelorette party, but I don't know that I could stand by for it.
Yeah, I'm on the other side where it's like, you know what? Like, if you decide that you want to do something that you haven't given me forewarning about, I'm not here to judge you. You do whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm just like, I don't care. Like, I'll help you bury the body if you want. I'll take it to my grave, whatever you want.
Yeah.
See, look at us disagree, making it spicy.
Yeah,
I do agree though, if you're the bride, again, do whatever the fuck you want. But if you are a bridesmaid and you use that opportunity to pick people up, that's not like so discreet that no one would ever know, then you're taking away from the evening. Yeah. Because people are going to talk about it, and it's not your day. This may be an unpopular opinion, and I'm sorry for all the people on here that, no, I'm not sorry, who disagree with me. Everyone's allowed to have their opinion. I'm a mother, and I am friends with a lot of people who have recently become mothers. And when we all get together, all the hens sometimes get to clucking about pumps and breastfeeding and nipples and nappies and all the things. I'm going to say that unless the bride is also expecting, we're not talking about babies.
Or even if she is expecting or has a baby, like
maybe she doesn't want to talk
about it.
Yes. I think that it can get like
sorry.
But it is, we're at a reproductive age. We're in the last 2 years, I have not been to a bachelorette where someone doesn't have a child.
Yeah, or it's like a topic of conversation, because we're just at that age. Yeah. We were geriatric brides. We knew what we were getting ourselves into.
But honestly, it does. And I am like, Alicia and I were the first time we went to New York together post baby. I was like, Alicia, okay, we have to try really hard not to talk about being like babies the whole time, because you get into
Adele's gonna knife you.
Yeah, because she's gonna fucking cut us. And so and it's not about the fact that Adele doesn't love children and babies and want to have a family of her own. It's more that it's like you get into the world, and then you connect with that person who's like, oh yeah, you know how much breastfeeding sucked? It sucked. And then you're in the hole. You're talking about it, and it's like you've never talked to another person who's procreated before, and you just like everything else just kind of goes by the wayside, and you get sucked into that conversation, and you forget that you're at a fucking bachelorette, and that's not the vibe. Talking about how swollen your nipples are, or how much you tore, or all this. It's not the vibe.
It's not the vibe.
We have an impromptu guest. I'm really excited. One of our own.
It's not like the plumber last time, was it?
No.
Ooh, that sounds like a stripper prelude.
Yeah, we actually have a stripper.
Oh my God.
I would be out the window immediately. Okay, so a topic that kept coming up was that people are doing bachelorette combos. Lots of DMs and responses to our boxes about it, saying like, I'm doing one, or I just did one. It was amazing. It was the best thing ever. And my immediate reaction is like, over my dead body. And I think you share the same.
I do share the same. I think that it's no longer a bachelorette. It's an engagement party.
Yeah.
Because you're not solo.
So
you're not a bachelor.
We are apparently old now, because this is like a new thing that's happening all over the world. Yes. It's a new phenomenon.
Don't remind me.
So when we were talking about this the other day, our marketing strategist, Carly, who is newly engaged, piped up and is like, oh, that's what we're planning on doing, her and her fiance. And I was like, oh, sick.
You always have to be careful when people are planning weddings around the boutique. You're just like, oh my God, bright red, what a fucking ugly color. And they're like, that's actually my bridesmaid's color. And
lovely. You're like, it's timeless. Anyway, so we have Carly here.
You have to close
like you're singing.
Yeah, like we're
towards her, Adele.
Oh my God.
Put towards her like this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't have to like
stink. No, you're good. Yeah. Okay. So hi, congrats on your engagement that you almost ruined, but we're gonna get to that in another episode.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So Jess and I are very much on the same page, as you guys just heard. So explain your thought process behind having whose idea was it? What's the idea here?
Okay. So Darren, it was actually his idea. At first I was totally against it. But I realized that he didn't want to stay in the same house and like do all of the activities together. It was more of like, you meet up at night, you're in the bar, you rally there. I agree. Like, I feel like you need to have that girl time. So if we were to do something like that, I would be okay with it. I also feel like he's kind of worried about me, low key.
That what?
Like you're gonna be belligerent?
Yeah, like, well, you know, of all people, I have 2 drinks and I'm night. So I think he's just a little bit worried in that sense. But not that he doesn't trust me, but I just feel like
that's precious.
Yeah, I don't know. But I do definitely want my girl time as well. I feel like that's really important.
That's a nice hybrid. I like that. I like that.
With that, like you invite your girlfriends, are they bringing their significant others?
No.
It's just the two, like whoever your friend group is and whatever Darren's friend group is. Okay.
I think that would be spicy.
What?
Boys and girls, not just like your bachelorette humans and his bachelor humans.
Now you have me thinking. I don't know.
You don't know about whether you want to do this or not?
No, like how, if I should have SOs.
Okay,
absolutely not.
I'm gonna bring Sarah in because I want to see what hers that she just went to.
Wait, have you ever been to a combo?
No.
Oh, so you're just trailblazing this shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey Sarah, I need your opinion.
Jess is getting another guest. Sarah is our operations manager.
Correct.
She's just back from mat leave, and we're talking about combo bachelorette.
And you just went to one, yes?
No.
I thought you did.
Wow.
No, I went to a...
What?
It was Sarah V.
Yeah, it was Sarah V.
But have you been to one?
No, I haven't.
What's your opinion?
I'm not for it.
I think it's a generational thing.
Like, why would you want... You're supposed to be your last week and your last trip away with your girls. And now you're going to spend it with the same guy that you're going to spend the rest of your life with.
Okay,
Sure.
but hear Carly out, because Carly's saying they all go to Nashville. The boys have a house, the girls have a house. They do their separate things, but they meet up at night at the bar.
No.
No.
Just straight no.
Okay.
Enjoy your time. You're going to get hit on. People are going to buy you drinks. And then you want your man sitting there watching?
Although, we're also...
Carly, what's your one must do or must have at your bachelorette party?
I want to do a scavenger hunt and what's that? I'm done. The dare game. What's it called?
The dare game. What?
Yeah.
Like truth or dare?
Not truth or dare. It's just dares. Like you have a whole list of things and you have to
It's
photograph
like
it
the
all.
scavenger hunt, right?
Yeah,
you have to do things with people. Like you have to get a picture in a police car.
Yeah.
No.
No, that would actually be, I would be down for that because I can't say no to a dare. I have a problem.
But don't you think that'd be hard in a foreign city? Or maybe more exciting?
More exciting.
Yeah, more exciting. Like, I don't know. Don't like get arrested though.
Yeah, like I know way too many, mostly guys, who have been to Nashville and who have gotten arrested on bachelor party trips.
I know. Okay, if anybody's been arrested on their bachelorette party, please email us or DM us. I want to know. Okay, I feel like that's your dare game. Okay.
We need a name for that.
Dare game.
Carly's big dare. Oh my god, that actually works because it's Darren.
Yeah, see?
Marketing team here. Okay, so we also have something else because your sister-in-law wrote in on our Instagram and said that you wore 2 bras to her bachelorette party so she didn't have to wear one. Please explain.
Like you took it off her body?
Yeah, she took it off and she didn't know where to put it and she didn't want to lose it. It was a good bra, so I put it on. I doubled up. I'm like, I have no boobs, so I could rock it.
Wait, why did she take off her bra? She was just over it? Like,
Yeah, I'm about
I think,
that.
yeah, actually, no, I think it was a dare.
it was a
She had
dare.
to rip it off. Whoa. And she was whipping it around and then she didn't want to put it back on, so I wore it.
Wow,
There's
sister-in-law.
pictures,
There's pictures.
Yeah.
We're going to need those. That's going to be part of the promo for this week's episode. Okay, so since this is now turned into a Friends episode, we're going to do the outro, and I want all of you guys to tell me your opinion.
Okay.
So please keep me anonymous. I hated my proposal. I felt cliche, and I wish it happened differently. I knew it was coming, but I wish my fiance had more attention to details like hiring a photographer. I know the moment can never be recreated, or can it? Am I crazy for wanting to ask my now fiance for a redo?
Absolutely crazy. I would never. That's, yeah. Sorry.
I think that you could play with like engagement photos
Okay.
and then maybe get a couple nice ones with him on a knee if you really want that photo.
Yeah, that makes me want to gag though. Like,
Yeah,
the
but
one
like
that's
that, I would have to ask like how far off? Like how much did you hate it? That's like a different thing. Like
I think maybe you just had like an expectation versus reality. Like maybe that she was, I think I actually watched a TikTok of this girl. She was in on like the cliffs of Moher. I'm probably saying that wrong, in Ireland. I think it is.
of more.
More? they don't pronounce the H. No. All right, well, read a book. And she's like screaming. She's like, you let me do this in sweatpants. Yeah. And the girl's like, you're fine. So I don't, but I mean, I was completely dumbfounded by my engagement. So much of a surprise. Like I didn't know. And, you know, somebody walking on the beach took a photo. So like I have all this stuff, but like,
bless that girl.
Yeah, but I don't know how you could hate it so much to want it redone, but maybe that's...
Then you redo it and it's not real. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, even with the engagement photos, if you redo it, like, everybody, or maybe not everybody knows. Okay, so Jess, what do you think?
I don't think you can redo it. Bless Colin, I wasn't super surprised.
Yeah, and I feel like you just sparked something in there with, like, Colin. The way your fiance proposes to you is fully their decision. Yeah. I think who they tell before. I mean, I think like if you really, it means a lot to you to have your like father or mom or like somebody there or ask permission or whatever, then sure, you can voice that as the person getting proposed to. But how they decide to do it, I think is fully their decision. And
100%.
I don't know. I just kind of want decide. I want more details on why she hated it so much. So
was it the place? Like, I think you have to also talk to your fiance. Like, if you don't want to be proposed to in public, you better say that and then don't do it.
And I know I already alluded to it, but we're keeping Carly quiet on this one because we're gonna do a whole episode about how she almost blew her entire engagement. So all right. Well, we still don't have an outro, so
see you next time.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.